towards his or the issue has evolved.
Best Boy and Grips, they know it all. Transcripts available from the FCC. Good morning from America's newest boost leader on television. We can hear you as well. I'm your host, Kaiko. Home guided commercial.
Started to recognize that
Today's show is CDMAYORKREDITCardvardX3.116.
Secretary General noted that as well yesterday. If I may, the XM Bank is another one. That's an
Good morning, everybody.
So I'm wondering on some of these other policy shifts where you haven't seen the type of change you're talking about with NATO, what should we make of those kinds of shifts? And again, are there any policy areas that are non-negotiable that are off limits? Well, there's always going to be. I think that there's
Viacom network.
there's going to be areas where I think, again, it depends on the outcome. In the case of NATO in particular, as I pointed out, it's the most illustrative. I think
you already said
the
it
president's
years ago.
position, where he wanted to see NATO in particular evolve to, and it's moving exactly in the direction that he said it was in terms of its goals of increasing the amount of participation from other member countries, and two is having a greater focus on terrorism. Something that was
They said it in the morning and they said it at night, late night. Early morning TV. They've already said it. They've already said it.
Stated very clearly. John.
Thank you, Sean. On the
said it.
GBU-43 bomb, the first time it's ever been used.
Good morning to all of our employees. We love you. We
Location,
love our
and
employees.
you, say that this bomb won't be used again in another flashpoint around the world,
Love
like
you.
Syria, like North Korea, for instance.
Yeah, as I noted at the beginning, John, I would refer
BS
you to the Department
loves
of
the
Defense
employees.
on the specifics.
Separate
Tie your
matter, you
shoes.
mentioned what you see as a win at
And
the
keep
UN
your shoes
Security
clean.
Council.
Keep them clean. We
I'm
love
curious
you
as to
guys.
why you
Keep
believe
them
this is a
clean.
win. After all, this particular resolution did not pass. If you look at what's happened at the UN Security Council in the past, for instance, the Security Council resolution, which
Good
gave the
morning.
green light for the Persian Gulf War, you actually had all 5 permanent
Good morning,
members
Principal.
of the
How
UN
are
Security
you?
Council voting yes. So why are you
Take a look
saying
at your
this is a
screen.
win when
You already
not
said it.
all 5
You
permanent
already
members of
said
the
it.
Security Council actually voted yes? You had 1, Russia, blocking it.
Well, I think it's very significant. China's abstention in particular, I think, causes
Donate at GoFundMe.com/on tell ELVS
You see a breakaway
ALLTELVS.
aligning itself with a position
Donate
that
to
is
American
not only shared with
Airlines.
the U.S. but the rest of the world. So that would be
And
a
per
natural
hour.
position that they
Yeah, per
might
hour.
have taken in the past. But secondly, I think China's abstention is a significant win for the
You
president.
got the boy on
Going
that.
down and had
You got it.
discussions with
You got
President
the
Xi.
boy on that.
And I think you all saw that, heard his remarks about how he walked through
You got the
that. And I
interview.
think it really
Yeah.
shows the success of the trip, first and
Who's
foremost. But
upstairs,
secondly,
Mr. Flynn?
it continues to show how Russia's
Yeah, who's
isolated on this particular
upstairs?
matter.
Who's
That's
upstairs?
important. So I think on a variety of fronts, it really was a huge win
Who's
for the United
upstairs?
States and for the persuasiveness of the president. John Gizzi.
Thank you, Sean. In his remarks to us
Hello,
all,
funny Viacom.
OMB Director Mulvaney talked about the vision of the federal government being reorganized as, in some cases,
Good morning.
more agencies. And
What's Monday all about?
said
Yeah, what's
also
Monday?
that the final plan will come not just from
Good
right-wing
day,
think
Ramiro.
tanks, I believe that was his phrase, coupled with the
MTV.
president's statement on the XM Bank. Is he already receiving any criticism or voices of disappointment
MTV.
from small government conservatives who back him
Polizzi
strong?
Monday. Yeah,
I
it's
refer to
Polizzi
groups such
Monday.
as Americans for
Polizzi
Tax Reform or the
Monday.
Cato Institute.
Well, I can't say that I've scanned every group's statements about
14201.
this particular subject, but I can tell you that
Yes,
he's
in the
gotten
community.
a lot of very positive feedback, as well as Director Mulvaney for their effort. As the director noted, you have a government that in large part has never been
Enlarged.
reorganized. It's just been added to. And when you look
Been
at the
added to.
disparate number of agencies and programs that now
Agency and
flow throughout
program.
the government to do, in some cases, the very same thing, and are housed in a variety of agencies throughout the government.
Absolutely.
The question that you have to ask yourself is not only is the taxpayer getting the best bang for their buck, but are the people that those services are intended to be provided for getting the best services?
They've already
So
said
Director
it.
Mulvaney's
No.
effort at the president's direction to really look at how government is organized and operating, I
We
think is
can
a
hear
very
you.
significant step. And I think one of the points that he noted is that this is
Tom
something
Wheeler,
that
good
should
morning.
unite conservatives,
Good morning, Tom
liberals, and
Wheeler.
Republicans, and Democrats. Good government an effective, efficient government is something that really doesn't have an ideological home. I think it's something that we all can agree on, that the more that we can effectively deliver for the American citizen and deliver for the American taxpayer, effective and efficient government is something that we should all probably be in line with. Richard.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you,
the
Edget
ambassador at the your organization for the prohibition of chemical weapons says that Syria uses chemical weapons abetted by Russia. Syria uses a weapon abetted by Russia's continuing efforts to bury the truth. Was the president offered
MerriweatherA.Law
of such truth-burying efforts by Russia?
Was he offered
Proofs of this, evidence that this is happening? That's in Russia. No? I would like to know also, you've been putting in the same sentence Syria, Iran, and North Korea as failed state, Russia being not a failed state, but part of this. Has it become to use an old expression, the axis of evil in this administration?
I think it's
MerriweatherA.Law
who Russia is on the side with right now, where they stand. I think it draws a huge contrast to show who's on what side of this argument in this crisis. And I think it's important to note the difference that who they're with, and that's, I think, a very notable thing. I'm not going to go
very
further
notable
than to say that.
Very quick last question. With the National Hockey League playoffs just started, will the president cheer for the Rangers or the Caps?
Respectfully, that's really not been a subject that's come up too often in the White House. So I'm going to keep with our Richards and go to Richard Elliott from WSB.
Keep with our Richards.
Obviously, our concern.
It's funny, Viacom.
We understand that the president is meeting with the first responders this afternoon in just a few minutes, actually. But we wanted to ask about the federal commitment to getting
We can't fall down the stairs. Don't fall down the stairs. Jimmy Fallon's on it there. Jimmy.
So a couple of things on that front. Immediately following the tragedy that ensued in Atlanta, the president directed the Federal Highway Administration to release $10 million. And then we have begun to work with the appropriate agencies.
Wilshire at 26th Street.
I know that there are critical repairs that have to get made, and I think that not only the initial funding will help with that for the roads and the bridges and the access that needs to get handled, but under emergency relief efforts, there are ways to expedite some of that funding, and the Department of Transportation and the Federal Highway Administration is probably the best way to get a better answer on that. But there are ways that some of that funding can be expedited beyond the initial commitment.
They're starting with the blacks.
On some of these shifts on China in particular.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless.
During the campaign. Now he says he and President Xi have been bonding. Xi means well. He says China's not a currency manipulator. What message does this send to the president's supporters who sent him to the White House thinking he's following through on his tough talk against China?
I think the president's tough talk was, on a variety of subjects, was to get results for the American people. That's what he has pledged to do, to get more jobs here, to grow more manufacturing, to keep our country safe. The president and President Xi had a great meeting. The president likes President Xi and got to know him really well in Mar-a-Lago, and I think has established a really good relationship working forward. But at the end of the day,
can't fall
this is always about developing a better situation for the American people, and I think he's done that.
We've already said it. Yeah, we've already said it.
Wall Street Journal that President Xi helped him realize that North Korea is not so easy. Did the president underestimate the complexities of this? Did he underestimate how difficult this was going to be?
No, I don't think so at all. And I think if China is able to help get a deal with China, the president would appreciate that. I think this would be great for China.
Thank you,
as well.
FCC.
As the president noted this morning, if
5.
China can help us do that, would be great. And if not, we'll go and handle that ourselves with our allies. Steve.
On currency manipulation, why specifically did you decide to abandon?
Happy Easter. I'm all television.
What other tools does he have in his toolbox to try to modify China's trade?
It's a very, very complex issue, and I think the president, I'm going to leave it to the president to specifically answer that.
But he hasn't given up on trying to modify.
No, he is. It's not. I think the president is going to continue to make significant progress when it comes to that issue.
Thank you, media. They might have known.
To how our relationship is.
Yeah, they might have known something.
Already, what a great relationship he has with President Xi, and the results are already starting to pour in.
That's him.
And I think that is an issue in particular that the president is best to address. Vivian.
Two questions, Sean. You were very forthcoming about the TikTok leading up to the missile launches in Syria. So can you give us any background on the Moab in Afghanistan? Was there a situation room scenario? Was it several days in the making? And my second question is, the president has been very critical of the intelligence community leading up to his inauguration. He's obviously been working very closely with the intel community on these, at least on these situations in Syria and Afghanistan. Has his opinion changed toward the IC?
We can't fall.
In the first question, again,
Vermont
I
and
think
4th
General
Street.
Nicholson at United States Forces Afghanistan is best to address
Vermont and 4th Street.
the situation over there.
But as far as the president's consultation.
Do a manual.
National security team. As you know,
This
the
is
president
Vermont
has
and
put together
4th
a
Street.
world-class cabinet of top-notch national security experts from General Mattis, General Kelly, General McMaster.
This is where we are,
others,
everybody.
They continue to provide him the best advice to make the best decisions. for this
Kim
country.
that.
And it's that, he continues to rely on them, and Director
Kim that.
Pompeo, Director Coates at the DNI, they continue to give him sage advice about how to best position the United
We
States.
can't fall here, people. We can't fall. Oh, look at, don't fall right here.
Yeah, again, I'm not going to get into the details right now.
Don't fall.
I'll let the Department of Defense handle the lead on this one.
And Paul,
Lorraine.
Mr. Dussman's question earlier regarding the Exim Bank. You didn't answer specifically what has changed about the Exim Bank that has led to the president to reevaluate his previous.
I'm going to get back to you on the Exim Bank specifically. I think that's a very complex issue, and I would like to get back. Anita.
Two questions about the budget. Are you all prepared to hold things up? We've got a couple weeks left here. How serious are you about getting money for the wall?
So the government is currently funded through April 28th under a continuing resolution. We've made very clear to Congress that the president's priorities are increasing military spending and security of our border. We're going to continue to have conversations with Congress.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
That they'll do their job. Those conversations are ongoing.
You can't say whether you would have to have money in this budget or this budget.
I will leave it to our team to continue the negotiations that they're having.
And the second question on the budget was, there's a proposal now to punish members of Congress who do not pass the spending plan in a variety of ways.
Let me go. Let me go.
That Congress should be punished.
We gotta go. Let him go.
Let's see. I think we're making.
Oh, we didn't even show it to everyone. Let him go.
Very good about the momentum and
Let me go.
whether he's going to be naughty.
Let me go.
Kayla.
We can't fall. We gotta show everyone. Let's go. We can't fall. Look, he's walking down the stairs.
I think the president has made it very clear from the beginning to fight on behalf of American consumers and American businesses to make sure that we can help create a environment here in America where businesses grow and industries continue to hire and jobs can come back, and then middle income Americans can get some tax relief and keep more in their money and their hard-earned dollars.
But traditionally, you have low interest rates when the economy is weak and needs help, and then they recover when the economy strengthens. So what was he trying to get at?
I understand. I think what he is trying to do is, as you know, Kayla, through a lot of the coverage and a lot of the meetings that you guys have covered and seen here at the White House, the president is continuing to meet with business leaders and people who are creating jobs, union leaders, to find out what we can do. And the president has heard a lot, gotten a lot of feedback, and already taken great steps to make sure that we can create a regulatory and tax environment that's going to help grow America's economy and put people back to work. That's plain and simple. And I think what he'll continue to do is fight on behalf of the American people. I hate to cut this short, but we literally have 10 minutes before the president.
Hey, Sean, just very quickly though, did the president not know about the Moab strike? I don't know.
We gotta go to the bathroom. Let us go. We gotta go.